Hey there, it's Brittany, and I'm back with an unboxing video for the November Curated bead box. So it's Fantasy Flight, and they always include what is in the box on the front, so you can take a screenshot if you need to. They did email me to tell me one bead strand is in here that's not listed here, so I think it's a brown pearl, but I can't remember. So let's unbox, and I've been making some items with the box right after, so I'm doing my bracelet challenge, and today is day 7, so we'll make day 7 bracelet during this video. All right, let's see what's in here. You can save 35% off of your first box if you want to subscribe by using the coupon code TURQST35 at the link below, which is just curatedbeadbox.com. The box, I believe, is $20 with shipping included, but it also includes a finding starter kit as well. So it has these items listed here, which are crimp beads, elastic bead wire, memory wire, head pins, jump rings, ear wires, and lobster clasps, which is quite a bit of things. So first thing I'm seeing, it says large brown handmade lampwork glass bead. This thing is very large. I would say I would use this as a focal on an African glass bead or tribal or necklace or tribal necklace or something. So I'm going to set that aside. We might use that today. We have 10mm golden brown faceted glass beads. So we tend to see these quite a bit, but they're really good, like staple stash builder. That's what I would consider this box. Made by the same people as $bead.com, and they also include these item numbers so you can go buy extras from their website. So everything that's here should be in stock on their website. So we have the brown glass. We have the 8mm neon yellow jade style glass beads. So these are glass made to look like jade. So bright yellow, you know I like those. We have 10mm 8-inch string of 10mm turquoise yellow marble style glass beads. So these are coated beads that are marbled. And then we have 10mm brown turquoise duo style glass bead, which is a 6-inch string. These almost look like Picasso-ish, almost. Very cool. Next we have 8mm yellow gray duo style glass bead, which are these. So they got yellow and gray. They're kind of styled to look like agate, which I could work with this. This will be kind of cool. I think bracelet. You know, today I have to make day 7 bracelet, so maybe this will be in the bracelet. We have 6mm teal rustic glass pearl beads. You know, I like these, those little bumpy pearls. Really like those. Next we have pale yellow 6mm gold faceted glass beads. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, pale gold. Not yellow, pale gold glass, faceted glass beads, 6mm 12-inch string. Then we have 4mm silver iron bead, approximately 60 beads. So those are probably iron beads that are silver plated or plated. Then we have a 4.75-inch etched silver metal bookmark. Oh, look at the cute little flower. I like that. And it's got like a dip in it, so you could put some rhinestones in there if you want. Then we have 4mm turquoise gemstone bead. So these are stone. Very pretty. Those are great, like spacer beads for me. And then we have 4mm. Oh, I'm sorry. 6mm? Yeah, 6mm Pure Elegance abstract glass bead, 10.5-inch string. It's cool. It's got yellow with some like blue foiling on it. And then this is the strand that's not on the list. It's 6mm brown glass pearls. And then we have a 32 by 22 eagle, 32 by 22 millimeter eagle patina metal pendant. That's really cute. I like that. So let me take a quick gander at everything together. And oh, of course, we have our findings kit. This month is in silver. So let me take a gander at everything, think about what I have in my stash, and then I will be back and we'll make some jewelry. Okay, so it's been several days since I filmed the unboxing, and my vacation just kind of got in the way. But I've been ruminating on these beads since then, and I decided we're going to make 3 bracelets because I'm in the middle of my bracelet challenge, and I couldn't just decide on one. So, and they're all going to be some variation of brown and turquoise because those were the colors that were in this box. For these large brown glass beads, we're going to do a leather bracelet, and I'm thinking we're going to incorporate these turquoise dyed bone beads. And I haven't decided if we're going to use this really big vintage button, which I'm pretty sure we're heading towards, or if we're going to use this little copper and patina button I think came from Emma. I like them both. I really like them both, but they go in different directions. Like, oh gosh, I actually kind of like this button a little bit more because it matches that blue on the bone so well, but I just love the mother of pearl on the button, this button. All right, I think we're gonna go with this guy. So let's get started. I have some 1mm leather cord. I got this from Hobby Lobby. You can find this pretty much anywhere. And we're gonna do a knotted bracelet. It's gonna be super easy. I think all 3 of these bracelets are gonna be pretty easy. But we're gonna need a long piece, and I'll show you why in just a moment. I'm gonna cut it 3 feet. I cut it way too long. I cut like over 4 feet, and I think that's just gonna be too much. So I'm gonna slide my button on, and then I am going to meet the ends. And you can do a barrel knot here, you can do whatever kind of knot you want. I'm just gonna do a regular knot, like an overhand knot. I'm going for quick and easy. And then we'll get that knot as close to the button as possible, hopefully. Here we go. All right, now I'm going to open both of these strands, and I was looking for a bead that could fit both ends of the leather through it. So I'm hoping these holes are going to be big enough, because you'll see you can either knot it if you don't have a bead that is going to hold both, or 2mm hole. We're going to start with one of these beads, one of the bone beads. Put that down here. Okay, and I'm not going to knot this. I'm just going to choose one string and load on a glass bead, bring them back together, load on a leather or a bone bead, and then I'm going to try and make sure continually choose the same strand that we slide on the brown bead, but I don't think it will truly matter. So here is what our pattern is going to look like. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I didn't know if it would work, but it did. And you could do this with as many strands as you want, but since these beads are huge, these are like 12, I think they're 12 or 14mm, the one strand is good enough for me. Okay, so we're just going to do that until it's long enough for my wrist. Okay, I ended up putting one too many beads on, but I love this, and it is so fast. I'm gonna make so many of these bracelets. It's gonna be nuts. It's my new favorite style because it's so easy. Now, let's say you don't have beads that have 2 mm holes. It's okay. You can just knot in between your 1 mm hole beads, or you can take both strands and put a bead on and knot, or put a bead on one strand and knot and then another. There are so many different ways you can do this if you don't have a 2 mm hole bead. So don't be discouraged if you don't. Now here, I'm telling you, easy peasy is the way I'm going today. I'm just making another knot and we're gonna finish our bracelet like that. You'll see what I mean. You're probably thinking like, well, how are you gonna make it so your button works? Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, so I'm just going to make sure my beads are, trapped the way I want them to be trapped. Like this one has a little bit of a bigger gap than I want, so I'm going to kind of scooch down my beads a little bit. There we go. Looking good. And then I'm going to secure the knot a little bit closer to this bead, like right up against that bead if you can. And leather may stretch a little bit over time, so it's okay if you make it a little bit snug. If you wear it a lot, it'll probably stretch a little bit over time. All right, so we have our knot there. Then we're going to find out how big our button is. Put it through. So I need another knot right about there. That's a little bit further out. Okay, so I'm going to slide this down to where I needed the knot. Keep coming down a little bit more. And just make sure our button will fit through, which I think it definitely will. Yeah, we don't want it to be too big. There we go. So we have our little knot there. Tighten that, and let's just double check. Because at this point we can still unknot it. We haven't glued it, we haven't cut it. There we go. Isn't that so cool? And then you can decorate these legs, tails, however, whatever you want to call them, in any way you'd like. So I'm going to see if I can find some maybe seed beads that'll match, or some smaller beads that will look good with these beads. And I'll be right back. Okay, I found these copper beads, but they don't have the patina like the button. So I was going to patina them off camera, but I figured you'd probably want to see that. So I'm just going to do about 6 of the beads. I have some vintage patina. Make sure that you can hear the ball rolling around in there. I think these have been discontinued, but you can still find them some places. I'm going to pour out just some of this. I mean, it just 3-4 drops for right now because we're only doing a few beads, and this stuff goes a long way, but it dries really quickly. I also have a paper towel off to the side. Okay, and I got a Q-tip instead of a paintbrush because I just did. It was easier for me. I'm going to find an eye pin. Put one of my beads. Well, actually, I can just put all the beads on the eye pin. This is just going to be fast, quick and dirty. Probably very quick and dirty because I'm going to get patina all over me. But I'm just going to kind of blot on some patina onto these beads. Just like that. I know that doesn't look like much, but then I'm going to take part of my paper towel, kind of wipe it off as much as I can. And you could take a sandpaper piece if you want to sand off some of the color, but I'm not going all out today. See? Now these beads match our little button a little bit better. There we go. So easy. Look, you didn't even use all of that. I didn't even use it all, and it was so quick, and it's dry already. So we can put it right onto our bracelet. Okay, perfect. I'm so happy with that. And I just used the paper towel to wipe out the patina from my dish. And I'm just going to load 3 on each tail of my leather. 1, 2, and 3. Every time you say 1, 2, 3, I think of the owl with the Tootsie Roll commercial. And then I'll just knot it wherever I feel like it. Take your creative license and run with it. Okay, so there's 1. And then we'll go on the other one. I always think, you know, patinaing will be a huge deal. I got to get out all my tools, but that took 30 seconds and I'm mad that I don't do it more often now. So we might be seeing that a little bit more often. This one I'm going to make a little bit longer. Just put the knot out a little bit further. And I didn't even get patina on my fingers. It's like the first time ever. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of GS Hypo Cement. You can use super new glue. You can use ES6 or E6000. I was combining GS Hypo Cement and E6000 in my head and I called it ES6000. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Actually, we want to make sure that this is tight because I could see some gaps there. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of glue around that knot. Kind of let that ruminate. I'm going to tighten this one a little bit more. There we go. Make sure you close your glue. And then trim your knot. I'm just going to trim it right. You can trim it right up against it or out a little bit, whatever works for you. I mean, the possibilities for these bracelets are absolutely endless because these leathers come in so many different colors these days. Lots of really cool big hole beads are out there. And honestly, these aren't even big hole beads. They're just regular 1mm hole beads. So you can do this literally with just about any bead that you can think of. So there's our first bracelet. And I love, love, love it. It's so Southwestern. It's so me. And it really jazzed up those brown glass beads. Okay, so there's bracelet number 1 for my bracelet. Well, not for my bracelet challenge, but it's bracelet number 1 for today for the bracelet challenge. Okay, next, I liked these beads. I'm just going to do a really quick stretch bracelet, and I'm going to use this guy. It's the little eagle. And I got out some turquoise pumpkins or melon beads. And now that I'm looking at it though, it doesn't really, the turquoise beads don't really match, but guess what? These bone beads match quite a bit. And I had some antique brass beads out that I wanted to use, but I might have put them away. I really liked those. Let's see if I have a little bit more like tealy green bead that can go with that. I didn't even have to go very far. I have these beads. They're 6/0, I think. Yep. Seed beads. They're Japanese, but it doesn't really say if they're Toho or Mayuki. I think they're Tohos. But anyway, I've had them for a very long time. And I think they go really well. They're like a metallic-y blue-green. So we're doing real fast today. This is just going to be a stretch bracelet with a charm. So I have some bead stringing cord or elastic cord, and let me find a jump ring. You can use a bail, you can use a jump ring, whatever works for you. I'm going to go ahead and put that in between two of these beads because it's the jump ring won't go over them. So let's see, I'm just going to start stringing. Okay, so what I see as an issue here is that the wings are going to cause, well, I don't think it'll be an issue because it'll be on my wrist instead of, it's not like a necklace. The wings are kind of in the way of the beads are kind of in the way of the wings, but I don't think it'll be a huge problem because it's a bracelet and it's not going to be something that is going to be twisting while I'm wearing it on my neck. All right, I'm gonna go fast forward. Okay, I have all my beads loaded on my stretch cord, and we want to pre-stretch because stretch cord will stretch over time, and if you don't pre-stretch it, your bracelet, you're just not gonna want to wear it. It's gonna be saggy, and you won't want that. Okay, all right. All right, and then we have 3 knots. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my GS Hypo Cement. And that knot actually went inside that seed bead, which is surprising to me. Get some glue on there. Push it into that bead. And we'll trim in a moment. Okay, while that dries, we'll make our final bracelet. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. For our last bracelet, we're gonna make a multi-strand bracelet, and I'm gonna use the bead stringing wire, I should say, that they included in the kit. And I'm just gonna cut open this tape. And we're gonna need 3 strands. Just gonna okay. I am not going to cut yet until I decide what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use these 3 strands of the beads, and I picked out 2 bead caps that are kind of like flat cones. All right. I'm going to get out a toggle and possibly some wire, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So I'm going to cut open my turquoise strand first. I need 6 beads, 6 of these beads for the ends of my 3 strands. So two beads for each strand, because that's going to help the ends of my wire go into my bead cap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we'll open these up. And it really doesn't matter to me which strand is next to which. I think they'll look really nice no matter how it looks. All right, and I'm just going to start loading beads onto my beading wire. Okay, because this is such a wide-mouthed bead cap, it's been fighting me. It's been fighting me. I haven't been able to do my normal tricks. So I actually ended up wire crimping onto a jump ring that has a wider mouth or a wider circumference than the mouth of the bead cap. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side of the bracelet. This is going to be very interesting. We'll figure it out together. I tried a couple different techniques. I'm not even going to go into it because none of them really worked as well as what I'm hoping this will. But if it doesn't work, I might end up just doing it a different way or scrapping the bracelet. Sometimes you just got to scrap the bracelet, even though it's pretty. Sometimes things just don't work, and I need to accept that a little bit more. Sometimes I don't. All right, so I'm gonna grab my crimp bead, put the wire through my bead cap, that down there, and grab my jump ring. Well, this is, I think, where I'm going to have some trouble. You know what? I'm going to do this side a little bit differently than the other side. Okay, I think I have an idea here. And it's okay to change up your design. This side's going to be just different, or I can change this one too. I'm going to look for a silver bead. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to feed through all three of my wires. Okay. I even tried that nice soft flex technique where you crimp all 3 wires together and then trim, and then I just didn't trust them because these are not crimp tubes. I just didn't trust the crimp. So maybe in a future video, but I think this is the way I'm gonna go. So I ended up using a large crimp cover to cover my crimp. Yeah, there are probably 75 million ways I could have done this bracelet, and I'm sure I'll hear about it in the comments. But this is the way it ended up being made. And you know what? I like it. So I have this really cute starfish toggle that I'm going to put on. And what we can do with this bracelet is leave it like this, where it's just like a 3-strander. Which, isn't that toggle really cute? Or we can take the bracelet and twist it before you wear it. So just kind of go like that. So I love it. I love these colors together. I love how it came together. Is it the most perfect bracelet I've ever made? No, but we got it done and I'm definitely gonna wear it. So my favorite out of the 3 is absolutely the leather one, then this one, surprisingly. So the leather one, super simple but so fun. This one, a little bit more dressy, totally beachy. And then, oh, we forgot to trim our ends. There we go. Get that little knot in there. There we go. And our little eagle. So 3 completely different bracelet styles, but they're all the same colors. Isn't that crazy? And they also came in the same kit. Let me know below in the comments which one's your favorite. And I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. If you want to join Curated Bead Box subscription, use the coupon code TURQST35 for 35% off of your first box at curatedbeadbox.com. I'll leave the link in the description if you need it. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay tuned for Goldie. She's super cute. Bye-bye. Have you had a really big week adventuring with your mom? Yeah, we've done so much. You're tired, aren't you? You're in your pillow fort. Oh, hi, Goldie. We've had a very eventful vacation. Yeah, you've been my little sidekick. Hi, Goldie. I love when you kick that little leg. Hi, Goldie. Oh, you're a good girl. Yeah, we're gonna get dinner soon. Oh, look at that little leg and the tail's going. Good girl. Say bye, everybody.